Hello everyone, today we're going to be comparing the EE-4 and the EE-3. These are both two popular rifles in Battlefront. They both have their different usages, their pros and cons, but we're going to be going over those in this video. Right now we're starting off with the EE-3. This is Twilight on Hoth. I'm playing Supremacy right now. So this map is a little bit more suited to the EE-3. It's a little more open, you have a lot more visibility, you can see a lot more people. And that's that suits the EE-3 very well. The one thing about the EE-3 that I liked, I actually started off playing Battlefront with the EE-3. I started off with the basic Rebel rifle, the A280C, and it's an awesome rifle. But once I found the EE-3, I realized just how much damage you can do, and you'll notice that throughout the clips here. So take a look. As soon as I hit these people, they take so much damage. So you hit them in 3-round bursts, and that's kind of the pro of the EE-3. If you're good, if you're an accurate marksman, you can usually deal a lot of damage really fast. Here I just decided to beat that guy down because I was so close to him. The downside to the EE-3, and you'll see this kind of here, is that you have to be good at tracking people. So he's staying still. It's not too hard to hit him, but if you look around in some of my other clips, like right here, I'm shooting at Leia and she's running around, and unfortunately because it does fire in these 3-round bursts, it makes it that much harder to hit people. So you just kind of have to remember that when you first start off using the EE-3. You know, don't get frustrated. It's not you necessarily. It's just a different style of weapon that you have to get to learn, because you can't let off rounds just one by one as you might be used to with the Stormtrooper rifle or the Rebel, just the standard Rebel rifle. So just keep that in mind. Right here, I just kind of put this in because I thought this was hilarious. I was prepared to die right here as soon as I turned off my shield, and then I was like, what the heck happened? And this ATST walked by and just stomped all over people, so I thought that was kind of funny. So take a look at some of these clips coming up here. Just notice what I was talking about. Once you do get used to tracking people, it's not that big of an issue, but again, you will just have to get over that hurdle. However, the 3-round burst does a lot of damage, so just take a look at this throughout the clips.
We have taken command of the control point.
We're about to lose our control point to the rebels.
Alright, so we're going to skip ahead to the leaderboard here and just show you guys how it turns out. I tied for first place with kills on my team, so just overall the EE-3 is a good medium to long range rifle. So we're actually going to switch gears here onto Endor, still playing Supremacy, but we're going to play with the EE-4 now. And you'd think that the EE-4 and the EE-3 would be fairly similar because they're both named EE. I actually don't know why they're named like that. The blaster rifle didn't exist. At least I'm not sure of. Maybe you guys know. Maybe if you know it existed before Battlefront came out, maybe you just post that in my comments and let me know. I'd be interested to find out. But I have no idea why they're named the same thing, other than the fact that their barrels kind of look similar. But yeah, so let's take a look at this. You'll notice when I'm firing, there's a 5-round burst coming out. The 5-round burst is extremely powerful at close distances. I don't know what that guy was doing, but anywhere in short range, if you just let off 2 rounds really quick, then you are going to kill them, no problem. The other nice thing is that you don't have to even try to aim really with the EE-4. I mean, you have to aim a little bit, but as long as you're just pointed at their body, if you let off 2 rounds in quick succession, then you're going to kill them. And that's the nice thing about the EE-4. It lets off that 5-round burst, and you don't have to worry too much about hitting vitals, anything like that. The one thing you do have to worry about though is that you're not pulling the trigger too fast. I have tried this, and you can try it as well if you're skeptical, but when you pull the trigger too quickly, you actually do introduce a kind of lag into how fast you can fire off these rounds. So the nice thing about the EE-4 is that once you do time it right, if you just kind of pull like that, then you will let off rounds as fast as the gun is capable. However, any faster than that, and you're going to introduce a lag, like I said, and then it could cost you your life that round or whatever. So just be conscious of that. Here we're going to take a look at how it does long, kind of medium to long distance here. So you notice I'm scoping out this guy right here. I'm going to fire at him, and it's spraying around. And this is a good distance. You can really see it spraying. Those 5 rounds are going everywhere. I'm hitting him with about 2 to 3 on average every time, and it's working, but it's kind of clunky. The other nice thing about the E4, going in slow motion here, is that it's so stable. So notice that I'm flying at him, and I'm going to repeat it here actually too. I'm flying at him with my jetpack, and I don't even have to try to aim like I was saying before. You just fire, and it happens. So you let off those 2 rounds again, and then you just kill them. So again here, look how fast I'm letting off those rounds. They have guns. It looks like they're kind of just lighter pistols or something. I don't know what they're using, but the E4 is really great for just killing groups of people really fast. The other downside though, notice how fast it's overheating. So as soon as you fire, I think you can let off like 5 of these before it overheats. So if you're good enough, it works, but it's a little tricky. Here's another example of how long range does not work. Notice how fast, how much it's spraying around, how quickly it just spreads out. It's kind of crazy, so you have to take that into account. So here's just some clips coming up. Have fun watching these, and then we will do a comparison in just a second.
Stay alert for rebel forces. We are securing the last control point.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. We did win, and I got 2nd place overall with kills, so not too bad, not amazing though. The EE-4, great for close combat, deals a lot of damage really fast, especially when you're moving around. So let's take a look at the EE-3. So some pros of the EE-3. It's accurate, it's medium to long range, headshots do kill immediately, so it deals damage very quickly. Let's take a look. So some cons of the EE-3 is that it's hard to use at closer range, and it is difficult to track people. So here's an example of that. So moving on to the EE-4, some pros of the EE-4. It is short to medium range, does a lot of damage, quick damage, and it's easy to aim. So here's that clip again. Alright, so some cons. It sprays at long range and it does overheat quickly. So a couple of things you have to deal with. Let's take a look at that. So there you have it, some pros and cons of the EE-3 and EE-4. Comment below, guys, with some things that you like and don't like about these 2 weapons.